Wellness family. I am Yogi Locks, the Ayurvedic chef. Thanking you guys once again for tuning in. Today's episode, we're making tahini. Now, tahini is actually just really a simple recipe. It consists of sesame seeds.
Now, tahini is actually used in one of the best recipes ever called hummus. Now, if you enjoy eating hummus, then you actually have eaten tahini before. Okay, this is a staple ingredient in the hummus. All right,
A neutral flavored oil and some salt, which is optional. Now, tahini has tons of great benefits. One of the best things tahini can offer you is it has an excellent source of copper, has a very good source of manganese, and good sources of calcium, phosphorus, iron, and zinc, so you can get your elements in and keep yourself charged up. Now, back in the Middle East and South Asia, centuries ago, they had a collection of stories and tales, which would later be called the Arabian Nights. And in this particular tomb, there was actually a famous phrase that came up out of it, and that's called open sesame. Now, this phrase came about because sesame seed pods, upon their full maturity, actually burst open, revealing the sesame seeds. All right, just a quick little tidbit if you guys didn't know. So they've been used forever by the ancients, and we're using them today. Thankful. Thank you guys for watching.
all right. So basically, what we're doing right now is we're taking our hot pan. All right. Add our nice little seeds to that. All right, and just give it a little shake. That's all you want to do right there. Now, flip it, flip him if you're feeling brave enough. You can also do this in batches. If you're feeling a little intimidated or the task might be a little too daunting, just take your time and be easy with it. There's no pressure, there's no drama. You're in the comforts of your own home, so you're chilling. You know what I'm saying? Do you, all right? So right now we just, making sure that the heat is spread evenly throughout the seeds and that they're not burning. We're not trying to do this for too long. We just want to get them nice and toasted so that can bring out the nuttiness, the natural nutty flavor that's within the sesame seeds. That's going to bring out that niceness when we create the tahini, okay? Now they cool to the touch, or warm, excuse me. They're warm to the touch. They're ready to go. Here we go. Now we're ready to transfer them off to the food processor after they've cooled significantly. In fact, I actually just put them in the food processor, to tell y'all the truth. And I actually just let them sit there. I had to do something, so I just covered them, and they, lightly covered them, and they sat in there for a few, like an hour or so. But now here we are, we're just pulsing them for a little bit, crushing up a little bit of the seeds so that when we start to add the oil, it begins to emulsify properly. I'm actually using grapeseed oil in this video. Grapeseed oil is actually one of my favorite oils to use. It is a neutral flavored cooking oil, which means it's not going to impart any flavors into your recipe, such as like olive oil or like chili oil or peanut oil. Different oils, they can actually impart certain flavors into your food. So with tahini, we want it to be nice and pure. We want that nice sesame seed flavor, nuttiness, and here we go. So you scrape down the sides of your bowls and make sure that everything is just being mixed up properly, okay? This is actually a critical step, because if you're not scraping down your bowl, then it's just not going to be mixed. There's going to be some stuck at the bottom, some stuck on the sides, so you just want to make sure you scrape them out with your spatula. Replace the lid, all right, and get busy, all right? Let it go for a little bit, and we're using the first speed, all right, on your blender. Nice and slow as we begin to just slowly pour in some of that oil again, we're using about 3 to 4 tablespoons of oil for this recipe. And as I showed you earlier, we're using about a cup of sesame seeds. Now, we should actually yield about half a cup of tahini once it's all said and done. It's just nice and slow. Slowly add your oil. You know, don't go too quickly. You want to monitor it. You also don't want to make sure that you don't over mix it. All right. Again, scraping down your bowl is a great habit. After a couple pulses, make sure you scrape them down. You can actually take the S blade off of your food processor attachment and scrape it down, or just scrape it down. It's all good. Now here we go. We're continuing with that. Just keep on going, man. You know, depending on the type of food processor you got, the process can take quick, or you know, it could be relatively a longer process. But hey, we're in the kitchen, we're having fun, so we're not even tripping right now. All right. Add more oil slowly. Just slowly do it. You don't want to go heavy-handed with it, because if you do, you're gonna mess it up, man. The sesame seeds, although they are relatively easy to come by, you don't necessarily want to mess up that product and then have to go to the farmer's market or wherever you gotta go just to get some more. All right. Now you can also buy tahini store-bought. This is another option, but we recognize that when you buy them store-bought, in the package, they actually have to add things to it just so it can actually stay on the shelves longer in case people aren't picking it up as fast. Now, that was just a quick little, you know, showing of the inside. We're about to show you again as we pulsed it a little bit more. It was a little too chunky for us. So here we go. We're about to show you, you know, just how it looks and how the finished product should be after it's been mixed properly. Feel free to add your salt. I like to use either kosher salt, but actually Himalayan sea salt is really my favorite. I really enjoy using that. But feel free, just don't use table salt. You know, the iodized salt, it's not really good for you. It'll retain water and all that stuff, and that's not really what you want. Remember, scrape down your bowl. You see how it's actually sticking together now? It doesn't look like a clumpy, you know, mess like earlier. It's actually more liquid. There we go. You see it? Now we have tahini right here. This is it. It's a nice, you can spread it off, you know, in the side of the bowl, and it'll actually, you know, go back into its shape. So you want to store it. Once again, thanks a lot for tuning in. You guys have a good and safe one. Yogi Lock signing out. Hummus.